What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be installing a quick bumper release from Gingeneering. This is the kit that I'm going to be installing on the front bumper. I'm not sure how to install this. I'm going to go over through the instructions, but it should be pretty simple. It's just these two bolts go on each corner of the bumper, and then I think I have to drill the bumper to install these. And it's super simple. You're just going to press on this button and that's it. You're gonna be able to remove your bumper except the two upper bolts, which I didn't get the full kit, but I'm gonna go over on how to install these because this is pretty helpful for Evo 8 owners. Like, I feel like, I don't know why, I've removed this bumper like 5 times every single time I'm working on the car. So every single video that I've probably posted, I have to remove my front bumper. So this is gonna make it extremely easy. And not only that, I broke one of my tabs off. I hit an animal that was dead in the street and the tab broke on that side, so I had to go with this kit, but I think it's gonna be really useful. So I'm gonna install it, use it, and I'll let you guys know how good it is and if you guys should get it or not. All right, so first things first, let's see what comes in the packaging. Came in an envelope, pretty good packaging itself. All of this is sealed. Let me get a blade. So these are the brackets that are gonna go on the actual car. I think it's a bracket for the headlights. And all polished bolts, which is an extra. And I think you could get this for, I got it on Black Friday. I think it was like 60 or 70 bucks. But these aren't that expensive. So let me open this up. Comes with the instructions, which is really good. These are the two, These are the two quick release mechanisms that you're gonna be pushing and putting on your bumper. So I'm gonna see how that works out. And then we have the instructions. So hopefully these instructions are very clear on how to do this. And yeah, they are. So gonna go over the instructions and then I'll record how to install it and everything. So the first step is to remove the front bumper, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then remove the plastic retaining nut located in both fenders. Let me go ahead and do that. The next step is to remove the plastic retaining nuts located in each fenders, but I don't have that, and as you can see, the corner of my fender snapped when I had that accident, so that's why I'm going with the quick release. So next step is to bolt in the brackets, and I'm assuming you remove these two bolts and replace it with the bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and record how I'm gonna do that, but it says bolt the supply Gingeneering brackets and hardware using the existing fender and headlight location. The lower hole should line up with the headlight hole when installed correctly. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna record it right now and try to. So basically it should be pretty simple. Just bolt the two holes and then bolt the little pin that goes in the bottom and then line up the fender. The bumper itself. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and install the brackets, which is the easy part. You're just gonna go ahead and remove these two factory bolts that hold the fender and the headlight together. It's two 10 millimeters. And this is gonna go exactly like this. Just make sure that you match up the holes. Alright, so after you put those 2 bolts, you're just gonna insert the pin. You're gonna remove the rear end nut. Put it on the lower one and just thread it in, and then you're gonna play with the length. And I guess I'm gonna figure out the part of the bumper alignment now, because that's the only part that has me worried. Alright, so the next step is kind of the hard part, which is drilling the bumper, which is gonna hurt me like crazy. Alright, so for the next part, it says basically to extend the pin on the bumper and align the bumper and mark it through the back. So I'm gonna basically put the bumper back on, and I'm gonna align the pin with the bumper and mark it in the rear, so I could go ahead and drill a 3/4 hole in it, so we can put the clips in. So let's go ahead and do the pin with the bumper. I raised the car up and I removed the wheels of the car, so basically I could come through the back, align this pin right here with the bumper. So I'm basically gonna align the bumper and I'm gonna extend this till it's hitting on the bumper, and I'm gonna mark it there. And then I'll remove the bumper, just drill a little hole and make sure that it's aligned correctly. And if it is, then we're gonna go ahead and drill the 3/4 hole that we need to drill for the clip itself. So yeah, so mock up the bumper, align it with everything, and align the pins and mark it through the back on the top. And now all I'm gonna do is basically line this bumper up completely, so you see that it's aligned here perfectly. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this pin and I'm gonna mark it right there where this is hitting the bumper. I'm gonna get a Sharpie, mark it right there, and then I'm gonna drill a little hole there, and then we'll drill the 3/4 inch hole. All right, so remove the bumper again. I just marked where I'm gonna drill that small pilot hole. I'm not sure if you guys can see the Sharpie. I'm gonna drill right in the middle of that circle, and right in the middle of that circle, that's exactly where the pin was laying. So I'm gonna drill a little small hole in both sides, and I'm gonna mock up the bumper again to make sure that it's aligned properly. I'm gonna go ahead and tape out the painted side. That way when I drill through it, I don't know, when you drill through wood and you're like making a hole, I usually always tape it so it doesn't splinter. I'm not sure if it's the same with paint, but I'm gonna go ahead and tape it out just so the paint doesn't crack or anything like that. So go ahead and do this just for safety reasons, but I'm not sure if you have to do this on paint or not. But basically I'm gonna be drilling through here, so I don't want nothing else to splinter. I mean, not splinter, but like I don't want the paint to crack. So now it's just a matter of drilling that small hole.
Watch your fingers.
Alright, so now that we drill the little pinholes, I'm gonna put the bumper back in and I'm gonna check that they are aligned correctly, and you know that I don't have to drill somewhere else. Alright, so as you can see, the bumper's mocked up, and you wanna align that pin right in the middle. So when I push it in, you can see, well, let me see if I could pull this back so you guys can see. You can see that the pin is right there aligned. Do you guys see the pin? And it's perfectly aligned with this hole. So now I could go ahead and drill a bigger hole with this pilot hole, so to make sure that I have it centered on this side. Now let me go and check the other side and see that it's also aligned perfectly. So yeah, same thing. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it from here, but the hole is like literally right there in the center of the pin. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill the bigger. I'm gonna go ahead and drill the bigger hole on this side and on the other side, and go ahead and install the clips. So that's how you make sure that it's aligned, though. I'm not sure if this is focused, but you can see that it's right there centered. Once you drill the hole, you're gonna go ahead and put in the clip on. You're gonna unscrew this. It's like a 22 millimeter bolt. You're gonna push this through. Push it through. It's kind of like a really tight, exact fitment hole, so it takes a little bit. I'm basically screwing it in, but should be able to pass it through. All right, so once you pass it in through the hole, you're gonna put in this 22 millimeter bolt on this side. And you're gonna take a 22 mil socket and tighten it. So basically it's flush with the bumper. There you go. That's how, and there you go. So that's how you install the clips. Very clean. Paint didn't crack or anything like that on both sides. This paint was like this already when I hit the dead animal on my way to Orlando. So they're installed. Now it's just a matter of installing the bumper and hopefully having this work. Moment of truth. Let's see if they click in, if I have to extend them or whatnot. Let's see. It clicked. So perfect. And then if I want to remove it, I guess press, yeah, and remove it out. That works so nice. Click, and then let's do the other side. See how that comes out. So yeah, it's good. Let's see how the bumper came out in front. Really well. And I actually don't mind. The black is really subtle, it's really small. It's like the size of a quarter. And it clicks right on. Pretty good. Pretty good. This doesn't come out at all. Let me make sure the other side's good. And as you can see, it's aligned. Disregard the paint. The car's gonna get repainted soon. So, and aligned on this side as well, so sweet. Now, I'm gonna record how quick I'm gonna remove this bumper compared to how I removed it in the beginning, instead of taking the bolts on each corner. And if you have the rear plate, you have to remove that as well. If you have the intercooler bracket, you have to remove that as well. All I'm gonna have to do to remove this bumper now is just unclip, and these two bolts. And Gingeneering sells a full kit, which makes this right here a quick release as well. So if you wanna go with the full kit, you could get the upper part, and it makes it even easier. So you don't even have to unbolt anything. I just went ahead with the sides because, like I said, this side snap, but let's go ahead and see how quick I remove this bumper. Alright, so now for me to remove the bumper, all I literally have to do is just unclick both sides. That's one. That's two. And then literally just take these two screws off. And that's it. So now, grab it on this side, make sure it's out of the way. Grab it on this side. And I can literally go ahead and remove my front bumper. Like that. And basically putting it back is the reverse process. So. Just putting the two bolts back on. And that's it. So bumper's back on, aligned perfectly, which is something that I had to do every single time that I was putting the bolt. I would ask for help for somebody to hold the bumper and everything. So it worked out great. If you have any questions, please DM me or leave them down in the comments and I'll try to answer all of them. Shout out to Gingeneering for the awesome product. I actually like it and it's pretty simple to use. And that's basically it. See you guys in the next one.